Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be going over my thoughts and feelings about the August 2019 Roger update in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now if you did enjoy the video, then be sure to leave a like and comment what your favourite part of the update is. Starting off with the 3 droid skins, I don't really have too much to say other than I think they're really good actually. I'm really happy with how they've turned out. The training droid has got to be my favourite, honestly. I wasn't expecting them to add this one at all. Many days ago, I think in February time, I did a video on the top 5 droid skins I want to see, and the training droid did not come to mind at all. So seeing that in the game now was a big surprise. The pilot droid was actually one of them I wanted to see as well, so that's really nice to see that in. And of course there's the jungle skin as well, which is a brand new skin to the Star Wars canon as well. My overall thoughts of that is it would be nice if it was a little bit brighter with the green. In the recent CT they did show it off with a kind of bright green. I feel like this would have made it stand out and just all around be a nicer skin. But either way, droid skins, I'm really happy with these in the update. Now droid skins weren't the only thing that was added to the game as well. Obviously the Separatist Dreadnought and the Republic Venator class Star Destroyer have been added into Heroes versus Villains, which for me is actually really good. I've been wanting these maps to enter the mode since Capital Supremacy actually came out. I've always felt that they've kind of provided a unique opportunity to play in the mode, as well as other modes like Blast, for example, could be in the corridors or something. I think that would be a lot of fun anyway. I haven't played on the Venator yet, but having played on the Dreadnought, you know, it was a lot of fun. It was very different to anywhere else we've been. I imagine the Venator is just as good, if not a bit better anyway, especially with gunmen. But yeah, really happy with the HUD maps, and obviously the announcer in Heroes vs Villains has been changed. I don't know if it's been changed actually, but he has been added with some new voice lines that are slightly different voice as well. But there's a lot of really funny and witty comments in there as well, which I really like. So content-wise, that's pretty much it for this month. But there are obviously quite a lot of changes as well, namely to Capital Supremacy. So one big thing here is that they've added the feature of contextual spawning. This is objective-based spawning, where in Capital Supremacy it adds the ability to spawn on command posts, which overall has just improved the mode for me so much better. You know, it has made it a lot more fun and engaging to play on, and there are now a lot more different types of situations you can engage in as well. Essentially, if you look at Geonosis on Capital Supremacy, if you look at Capture Point D, for example, it's really far away from the Republic spawn, and if you've got it captured, for example, and the droid starts to take it back, then the chances of the Republic actually going over and defending it were very slim unless you actually had teammates nearby. But now that you can actually spawn nearby on a contested command post and engage in combat to defend it, it just makes for some really great gameplay, and it just overall makes the mode a lot more intense. You know, the command post spawning as well obviously means that you don't have to traverse the whole map to the other side, you know, like I basically just mentioned with Capture Point D, and you get to play each life differently, whereas before you'd just be starting at spawn all over again, and it would just be a very bland game because you'd be playing essentially the same thing over and over again. But being able to spawn on Capture Point E or D, you can get to other places quicker, and it just adds so much more to the gameplay variety with Capital Supremacy, which I'm really happy about. So the ground phase changes, super happy about, really makes the game mode a lot more fun. But if we take a look up to the capital ships, I'm not a huge fan of the changes up here, to be honest. I feel like there's, you know, the first phase is essentially capturing the command post that is non-existent. It's still just overriding the door controls, but it just doesn't really feel like we're doing anything. It just feels like we're standing in this place for a certain amount of time and that's it, and then whoopie-doo, the doors are overridden. But I liked having in that first phase where you actually defended that and you had someone taking it over the door controls. I liked that about that part of the phase. But then moving on into the second phase, you know, once you've captured this non-existent command post, you move on, and depending on which side you took, you then have to blow up the reactor core, or in the Republic's case, on the Venator, the 3 reactor cores on each side. So if I took the left command post, I'd have to blow it up on the left, and then that would be game over. I don't like that. So if we still had the ability to destroy the reactor cores on both sides, I'd be a lot happier with that, honestly. Even if it meant they had to have lower health just for a balancing perspective on that game, then that's absolutely fine. But for me, it's kind of like half the map is just so redundant, and it's just, it might as well not be there. I know obviously if you take the other side first, then that's where you go to, but it would be nice to actually have them on both sides, because with the Separatists on the Dreadnought, you're all funneling into one room. It's just utter chaos. Sometimes it can be impossible for the Republic to get through. You then have an incredibly small target to actually hit as well, with I think it's about 12,000 health now as well. With a small target and everyone just funneling into one room, it makes it very difficult. But then on the Venator side of things, as the droids, you've got 3 weaker objectives that you can shoot from pretty far away. So to me, there's just no balance whatsoever, which, you know, I get that, you know, it's quite cool in the sense that it provides different experiences, which I like that, but it's the fact that you're all either funneling into one room, it's utter chaos, it's difficult, or the Separatists get it easier. So in terms of which side it's easier to win as, there is not a lot of balance there at all, which is frustrating. If they had it so that you could destroy both sides, that would be a lot better for me. You know, it would split up the gameplay on both objectives, which I think for a mode like Capital Supremacy would probably make it a bit nicer and easier to play on. And of course, another kind of addition, I'd like to see actual physical command posts on the first phase in the capital ships, because essentially overriding door controls by standing there for me doesn't feel that interactive. But then with the original first phase anyway, you know, you're actually holding down square on the PS4 to override it. I liked actually doing that, but if we had a physical command post, for me that would just be a lot better. So whilst the changes are beneficial to the mode, I just feel like there's a few things that they need to actually make in order to make it fully there. So that's just adding an actual physical command post, and then of course making the ability to destroy objectives on both sides. For me, that would be the ideal situation. Overall though, I'm actually really enjoying Capital Supremacy again though. It's a really good mode. I just need more maps for it now, and obviously we're getting Felucia next month. I suppose as well I should briefly mention on heroes as well. You know, I'm really loving the fact that all heroes and villains apart from boss have now got a passive health on kill. So for lower leveled and kind of lower skilled players as well, this will just give them a bit more of an advantage when learning and using heroes, which is really great to see. Obviously the highly skilled players will be even more beneficial, but it also just adds a lot more variety in terms of the star card combinations you have, which will obviously benefit your playstyle a bit better, because everyone basically had the same health regen, max health gain, and the health on kill card before. So having these additional star cards instead of health on kill will just add a lot more variety to star card loadouts, which would be nice. And of course, they will need to make a few adjustments with certain heroes based on player feedback. I haven't really used heroes that much yet, so I won't really comment on that any further, but I have seen people saying about how Luke damaging 180 in one hit is too much, and to be fair, it does sound like a lot anyway, so if they would lower that, that'd be great. But yeah, as I said, I'm not going to comment too much on that further. But lastly, I do want to talk about a serious issue with regards to heroes as well. Obviously, everyone knows by now that there is a huge hitbox and blocking problem. So the clip you're about to see is from Fireblue Gaming, or Its Order as some may know him. This was in a match of HEV, and as you can see, his stamina is currently full, but as Obi-Wan and Rey use their dash strike abilities or defensive rush for Obi-Wan, his stamina is depleted instantly, and now he's unable to defend himself and therefore being killed. Now, there are a lot of issues regarding blocking and stamina, as I just mentioned. Bullets just went straight through an unrelenting advance of mine yesterday on stream. There is, you know, these issues as well. You know, if you do have any problems, do clip them and send them over to the devs on Twitter or something, or Reddit, wherever. You know, the hitbox issue has been a thing for months now. It is really frustrating me. It's most notable in Heroes versus Villains. But hopefully DICE will be on it soon. They have said that they are aware of the situation and working to improve hitboxes, so hopefully that comes sooner rather than later. But you know, for now, all we can do is just wait until they fix it. All in all though, I think this update is really solid. Content-wise, you know, it was pretty small, but it was really good as well. The Droid Skins are fine additions to my collection, and the ability to play on HEV on the capital ships is really good as well. The HEV announcer has some very good new lines in the mode, which makes the experience a bit better and more fun to play as well. And obviously, there are a few things I'd like to see changed in Capital Supremacy with regards to the final objective and physical command post, but we'll have to wait and see if they come out and say anything with regards to that anyway. But yeah, next month is Felucia, Capital Supremacy, Clone Commandos, and 2 new ways to play with instant action and the PvE co-op mode. But anyway guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the update. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.